plan on going to Cafe Du Monde. It's amazing how many people come here. Can't wait to get coffee and donuts, or beignets at Cafe Du Monde. Yeah, so so Cafe Du Monde's coming up, and you're right. Monde means world. It's like the World Cafe. The donuts are called beignets. French square donuts with powdered sugar on top. If you walk around the back, you can look in the window, see you making the beignets. Open 24 hours a day. Over on the left is Two Jacks. Two Jacks been open since 1856. Some of you might know or remember the old black and white movie Saratoga Trunk that plays on TCM with Gary Coop and Ingrid Bergman. When they go to dinner, or they go to lunch rather, that's where they're going. That used to be Madame Begay's restaurant. And Madame Begay was our first famous chef before Paul Prudhomme, Emeril Lagasse. Madame Begay in the late 1800s was our first famous chef. Then coming up on the left, we see the red sign, the Central Grocery, the home of the muffaletta. Big glorified ham and cheese sandwich invented here in New Orleans by our Italian population. Then coming up on the left, you're going to see a statue of Joan of Arc. Joan of Arc is the Maid of Orleans, would be our patroness saint. We got that statue when General de Gaulle, President de Gaulle, came to New Orleans about let's see, that would have been about over 50 years ago. On the left is a place you can have something to eat, something to drink, and hear live music. On the right, WWOZ is a radio station you can hear around the world by way of computer. You hear local music, Cajun, Zydeco, gospel, blues, jazz. Here's another place on the left where you can hear music while you're having something to eat or drink. Then we're coming up to, all of this is known as the French Market, by the way. This whole area is the French Market. But this is the Farmers Market coming up, and later, in just a minute, you see the flea market. The yellow building on the left is Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville. Jimmy Buffett started making his living playing for tips in the French Quarter. Coming from the Alabama Gulf Coast, just a couple hours away, it started making his living playing for tips here. Jimmy Buffett calls the New Orleans the northern edge of the Caribbean. And yeah, you get a good sense of that today with all the rain and the heat starting to come. It'll get hotter. And over here is the flea market for shopping and souvenirs. If you're short on your voodoo supplies, if you're missing something, get whatever you need. If you need a mojo, a gree-gree, whatever. And there's a riverfront streetcar. Stop number 1 is right over here, the back of the French Quarter, stop number 1. But every 2 blocks there's a stop, and there's a riverfront streetcar that runs on the other side of the wall. So the flea market. Now the red building on the left is the old U.S. Mint, where we used to make the coins. The old U.S. Mint served as a prison for the Confederate soldiers during the Civil War, and now it's a museum. And what they feature is the history of Preservation Hall. They've been playing traditional jazz since 1961. Okay, Rick, we'll go about another mile until we get to St. Claude, at which point we'll take a left. St. Claude will go in